Welcome to the Virtual Kaiba Challenge, one of Konami's most ambitious promotional tournament events ever, hosted by none other than Seto Kaiba himself. Well, Seto Kaiba is a VTuber, voiced by Eric Stewart, the English voice actor from the anime. This event was set to cover all potential target audiences they could think of, in an attempt to bring in as many new, old, and returning players as physically possible. They brought in anime content creators to gather anime fans, they brought in content creators from other card games to try and steal their players, and of course they had the perfect bait for the nostalgic Yugi boomers by simply inviting Kaiba as the host. It was the perfect lineup. But that's not all the people they invited. They also invited you, the viewer, through the use of the event's live stream chat, by inviting random people in the chat through Twitch's whisper system. What a great idea, because I'm sure the good, upstanding members of society known to lurk and roam around in Twitch chat can definitely be trusted to behave in such a high-profile event. Day 1 of the tournament stream began, and just as promised, Konami immediately opened invites to the chat. By simply typing !Duel, you were locked in for your chance to play against one of 3 different content creators: Slushie, Creparion, or ProZD. And if you beat them, you'll get the opportunity to face off against Seto Kaiba on Day 2, with the grand prize for defeating Seto, a platinum Blue Eyes White Dragon, valued at well over $1,000. As you would expect, the chat instantly became a spam fest, the sea of !Duel enveloping the chat, whilst Konami randomly selected winners throughout the day. Up first was Slushie, a content creator whom thankfully had a bit of experience playing Yu-Gi-Oh in the past and was able to put up a reasonable showing against the various chatters with his Thunder Dragons, all while Seto Kaiba unloaded a plethora of insults in their direction.
Who taught you how to duel? Joey? He's terrible, and so are you. Counting the cards in my deck is more exciting than this duel. Is it my turn yet?
All in all, outside of Seto Kaiba's dollar store microphone, at least in Konami's eyes, everything was going according to plan. Next up we had Creparion, a clear favourite of the 3 content creators, having a buttload of card game experience, including Yu-Gi-Oh! And he proceeded to get absolutely shit on, winning only 1 of the 7 matches he played with his Noble Knight list.
I shall play this. I summon a monster in a
Neither player can special summon light monsters. Interesting. I think it's time to concede. I think we got unbelievably countered here. I guess this is one of the issues with playing a meta deck.
But still, regardless of him getting shit on, the tournament itself still seemed to be going relatively smoothly. For now. A post appeared on the popular message board site 4chan, containing a simple image of what looked to be a message from the official Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Twitch channel, the same channel currently hosting the Kaiba tourney. It was an invite. This image was shortly followed by another, this time a picture of a tournament room with 3 simple words written below it. I'm in, bros. Anon had officially infiltrated the event. This post quickly gained a ton of traction, with users flooding in to post their own ideas as to how they could best mess with the event, before Anon decided on a plan. Step 1. Shitpost, in the form of Sneeed Posting. For those of you that don't know what Sneeed Posting is, it's essentially a reference to an old Simpsons gag, in which a sign for a store was shown called Sneed's Feed and Seed, formerly Chuck's. The joke was a fairly clever innuendo. If the current store's name was Sneed's Feed and Seed, then the former owner's Chuck store, presuming it followed the same 3-letter ending format, would have been Chuck's... Well, I'll let you figure that one out. This became a very popular joke amongst 4chan users, and eventually led to its very own subculture of shitposting, called Sneed Posting. So the goal of step 1 was simple. Try and get Seto Kaiba to simply say the word Sneed. And the easiest way to do this? just enter the tournament with the name Sneeed, in the hopes that Kaiba would mention them. Step 2. Grief the event by playing a deck in such a way that it counteracts the entire premise of the event. Try to make new players think twice before trying out the game by making it seem like a completely miserable experience. For this step, Sneed chose to run a deck known as Weather Painters. Now, to explain how this deck works in very simple terms, it's an incredibly slow control deck, whose monsters continuously tag themselves in and out of the field in order to gain immense card advantage over a very, very long period of time. The thing to note with this deck is that it has so much card text that not only does nobody ever have enough time to read it, but even if they did, trying to understand exactly how it all works is really quite difficult. Meaning, if you were, let's say, a poor content creator not used to playing much Yu-Gi-Oh, shoved into an official promo tournament being streamed to thousands of people, and you happened to go up against this deck, you were going to have a very bad time.
You will plummet into the shadows.
What is this fun little friend?
To defy your destiny.
You know, these cards come and go so fast. I'm not even going to bother reading them until they stay on the field for like 5 seconds. Because what's probably going to happen is the first step of 20 until a giant scary dragon appears. Okay, but what is this? Of this card's column. Okay. Got so much to read. You know, I think it's just best to do this now, because I don't want to know what things are gonna happen.
Use my face down card.
Just get out of here.
My monster's effect activates. To me.
Oh.
I summon a monster in attack position.
Always good to read, kids. Always good to read what these effects do.
You direct.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Sounds sarcastic, but I'll take it. That's what I need. I need that right now.
I don't think so.
I haven't even done anything. What? These fairies are just popping up all over. Okay. Well, let me just try to play a card. Oof. Okay. That's bad. Ruh-roh. Okay. These fairies are just jumping back and forth like jump rope. Like, okay. Like, I want to take the time to read all these, but I don't want to time out. So I'm just like, what is going on here? Can I put a card down without 10 fairies jumping on my bed? These look familiar. I've only seen these about 1,000 times. Listen, you deserve the flexing. I get it. I totally get it.
It looked like you just had some fun against some weather painters.
Yeah, what happened? I'm still, my head's spinning.
Okay, so yeah.
Step 2 of the plan had been a success. Not only did they manage to break the brain of poor ProZD, but they also managed to waste a large amount of time, even skipping turns where they clearly could have finished the match, in order to make the poor guy, as well as the event organisers, suffer just a little bit longer. If any potential new player had tuned into the stream during that duel, I would be very surprised to see them pick up the game. But the job wasn't yet finished. They hadn't gotten Kaiba to mention Sneed, but thankfully after this victory, Sneed had advanced to Day 2, where they would once again get a chance during their duel against him. Day 2 had been a bit of an interesting day so far, with Kaiba getting his ass beat, starting off the day with a scoreline of 0-3. Probably not quite what Konami had hoped for, but on the bright side, in the time between day 1 and 2, it seems like Kaiba had made a trip to Best Buy and purchased himself an actual microphone, which made what was about to happen next infinitely more amazing, as it was now Sneed's turn to duel.
He's just going for the direct attack.
Time to battle.
Attacks directly for 2,000. Nightmare Shark, and that's it for game 1. Congratulations, Sneed.
Seems I recreated the Pharaoh's deck to be stronger than in real life. That was an excellent.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to concede that match.
And until I do, my scars of defeat will continue to burn.
If you need to take a second to appreciate that move, go ahead and take one. You'll need it.
Operation Get Kaiba to Say the Word Sneed had been a success in the most beautiful way possible, with Kaiba not only saying it once, but 3 separate times, whilst also turning it into puns. Kaiba himself had just Sneed posted his way to a victory in front of thousands of people. But that isn't all that happened during their match, as something even more incredible had happened that very, very few people had noticed. It only appeared for a few frames, but some very observant viewers with a keen eye had caught something rather interesting during Game 3.
Vermilion Mech.
Activate my monster's effect. Exactly what I...
That isn't a Photoshop. That really happened. Turns out 4chan had not only infiltrated the tournament through the players, but potentially through Konami themselves, with someone behind the scenes being in on the plan. And for a brief moment during Game 3, Feed and Seed had appeared on the screen. Calling this little operation successful would be an understatement. The shitposting had gone way above and beyond anything they could have possibly dreamed of. And that's going to do it for today's tale. Now for those of you that are new around here, I cover a whole bunch of stories on this channel, and I'm always on the lookout for more stories for this series. So if you too have a story from your time playing or watching Yu-Gi-Oh, or maybe you've heard of a really cool tale that will make for a great video, and would like to have it recreated in this series, feel free to write it out in the comments below. Just make sure to leave enough context and detail so I can turn it into a full video. Or at least let me know where I can find the context and detail. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you're interested in seeing more stories just like this one, I've created a full playlist of this series, which I will leave a link to at the top of the description, or you can click that little card on screen now. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Laters.